Pipedrive is an activities-based sales system. So what Pipedrive wants is that every open deal always has a next planned activity. And what you want to do is not work on deals from the pipeline view. It's very hard to know what's most important to work on and who has the next task for a given deal from this view. Where you want to go is your activities. So if you navigate to your activities on the left-hand side, this is what the activities view looks like. So over here on the right, you can customize what activities you are looking at. So whether they're due today, whether they are overdue, or you can do custom time periods as well, and who is assigned that activity. So typically you want to be looking at activities assigned to you. If you're an admin, you might be looking at some other subset of activities. So I'm going to look at activities assigned to me, due today. And then I actually want to customize this view. And when I customize it once, it'll stay like that forever and ever in my license. But I don't need the assigned to user because I'm always going to be looking at my activities. So for me, that's not important. Then because of how I do my deal titles, I don't need the contact person or organization either because that's right there in my title. So I'm going to get rid of organization and I'm going to get rid of the person. But there are a few things that are going to be helpful for me. I want to have the stage visible. I want to have the deal value, and I want to see all of my labels on the deals. Duration I will remove as well. Cool. So this is really helpful. I only have 5 activities due today, but imagine that I had 100. I might not be able to get through all of that work. So having this view allows me to prioritize that work. So it might be by stage. Later stage is maybe more important than earlier stage. And it might be by my labels, which are hot, warm, and cold. Something that's hot, much more important to do that follow-up as I planned, rather than something that is cold if I do need to prioritize. But ideally, you're completing all of the activities assigned to you every day. So here, I'll also just expand this. I'll look at all of the activities due this week. So by looking at a broader view, just explaining the colors here, red is something that is overdue, green is something that is due today, and black is something that is due in the future. I can also sort the activities by clicking any of these column headers. So let's say I want to do all like activities together. My activities were created via automation, so they all have the same activity title. And so if I click subject, then I get all like items next to each other. So all of these, number 1, invite to intro call, maybe I decide I want to do all of those right together. So I can either click on the deal title to get a little pop out here and complete the activity that way, or I can go ahead and click the arrow, which will open up that deal in a new tab and complete the activity there. Then once I've completed the activity, I will mark it as done by clicking the circle here. And then it shows up as crossed out in my list and I can just continue on with my work for the day. Back in the pipeline view, I just want to explain what the colors here mean. So very similar to the activities view, something that is red is means there's an activity that is overdue. Green is an activity due today. Gray is an activity due in the future. And then the yellow triangle, that warning sign, that is a deal that does not have a next planned activity. So again, it's that warning sign because Pipedrive's philosophy is every open deal should have a next planned activity. So if you're operating under that philosophy, you want to make sure there are no yellow triangles on your dashboard. And again, navigate to your activities. That's going to be the best place to go and see what you have to do on a given day. Once you've completed all of that work, cool, then go ahead and poke around the pipeline. But in the pipeline view, especially if you are sharing tasks on a given deal, you don't know which activities are assigned to whom by this view. You can just sort by who is the deal owner using these filters over here. So activities is the best place to go to find your work.